Alright, hello, this is Mediocracy. I'm Tristin. I'm with Charlie, and I am with Chance.
Hey, girl.
Sup, girl?
Oh yeah, so we just watched the Xbox One reveal. That's right, that's the new console name. And we have some opinions on this, because it was an hour-long conference.
Our opinions are probably just as shit as the console, though, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh my god.
Right out the gate, I'm just going to say that I'm probably going to buy one, but I wasn't all too impressed at all.
So then why would you buy one if you weren't impressed?
Because I still want to be able to play the games on it.
Either if it's crap or not, it's still the future of gaming. Like, you can't just run new crap.
It doesn't even make sense. You're saying it's the future of gaming, but all this cloud bullshit and watching TV on your Xbox isn't the future of gaming.
It's the future of VHS. That's all.
Yeah, it's the future of fucking TiVo. Like, what's going on?
So,
my god.
Literally, the entire press conference, there was about 20 minutes of actual, talking about games. Most of that was sports, and then it was Call of Duty.
Oh yeah, 35 minutes in, and they brought in the, NHL and NFL? Oh my god.
EA was the only company other than 343 that was there.
It's totally revolutionary to these 4 specific games that no one else plays.
Okay, so let's break it down and go from maybe the start of the conference to the end in order, because I know people are going to be paying most attention to Call of Duty Ghost and whatnot, but there was some important and incredibly stupid shit that was said.
Yeah,
at the start. So first, the design. It looks like a VHS player.
Yeah, it looks exactly like the redesign of the old Xbox 360, and then they just kind of you know what? Let's make it a little more bland. It looks like a box.
Also, they're giving away a Kinect with everyone you buy, which is kind of, but the name is also terrible. It's the worst console name I've ever seen.
I don't know how they backtracked. They actually backtracked with it with Xbox One.
It's confusing too. Imagine you're talking to your grandparents about the Xbox One, and they're getting confused. They don't know which Xbox to talk. Oh yeah, I played that on Xbox One. Xbox One, the first Xbox, or Xbox One, the new Xbox? What?
I really wish they had called it Infinite. Infinite sounds so much better. They could have the tagline.
Infinity, it doesn't matter. They could have called it the Xbox Polka Dot, and it would have been a lot better. Volkswagen could have designed this as their new Beetle, and it would have had a better name, probably.
It makes sense with the whole all-in-one system that they're trying to push down our throats.
Yeah. So does Infinity as well. It's just Xbox One is it's confusing, and it's what? What?
It's just unnecessary.
I felt the same shock and awe when I heard that it was the new Wii was called Wii U.
At least amazingly, Xbox has come up with a new name. Wii has come up with a new name. PlayStation is just PlayStation 4, and ironically, it sounds the best out of all of them.
Sony just likes to keep it simple, and I'm liking the way.
Put a number there. Just sucks. The interface is Metro from Windows 8.
Yeah, so they kept that despite no one liking it.
I would have been...
I find there's nothing wrong with it. I like it. Obviously, the crap that they want to show, they kind of shove it down your face because it's a huge-ass Metro screen. But besides that, it's not that bad.
Yeah, but the Metro interface looks like it's made for touchscreen.
Well, it is made for touchscreen.
It is.
But you know what? Consoles are clumsy. The main reason Metro got a lot of shit was because people on PCs don't need this gigantic graphic user interface to control stuff with the mouse. The start menu was fine. For a console, I can kind of see Metro working, but it's still unnecessary.
I just don't like it at all.
We have this idea that's totally garbage. These Xbox kids gonna eat it up.
Seems like the whole press conference in a nutshell, though.
But then they're like, we don't even have to use Metro. You can fucking awkwardly talk to yourself in the middle of the night to watch television.
They even started with it. They showed the console, and then immediately jumped into voice recognition. No games, no nothing, just voice recognition TV.
Voice recognition and television. Because that's what Xbox is known for.
A good quarter of the press conference was devoted just to showing how you could watch Price is Right.
Oh, yeah.
It's really stupid. It's just like you're watching Star Trek, and then it's like, while I'm watching Star Trek, why can't I also watch a video of a jellyfish on Internet Explorer? Like, what? Who does that?
Oh god.
I bet they had this whole board meeting about, guys, you know what we need? There needs to be this exotic ass animal in the jellyfish. We need jellyfish.
Plus they're making you use Internet Explorer and Bing on the console controller, which looks roughly the same, but also looks like it's trying to be the PS4 controller. Like
they make a really interesting point though, because if you're looking at the buttons, it had those two little boxes on the side, and that's the exact same thing that you see on like YouTube or something when you want to enlarge the screen or make it smaller, right? So that's another thing. They're saying that they want to make it more game based, but then in another sense, they're still making it all about TV. Even if you don't buy the Xbox remote, you're still buying. It still comes with it. It's still all about TV.
Like, doesn't matter because they actually fixed the D-pad. It took them 8 years, but the D-pad is finally fixed.
What'd they fix on it? I didn't see anything.
Because
else.
have you ever noticed that when you're playing on the D-pad on the Xbox 360,
Yeah,
and you have to hit left, and it thinks that you're pushing up?
Oh yeah.
Like, have you ever tried to play any fighting game with the D-pad?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the least.
Let's go over some of the features. Get a really quick reaction to this shit, alright? Skype, go.
Oh god, where to start? That's definitely gonna get used for strip teases. Like, no one's gonna use that for gaming, because I don't care what Chance looks like while I'm playing Halo. I don't give a shit.
Going on really quickly, ESPN. Who cares? It's like, they marketed the console as like the one-stop shop. You can do anything. Because the guy has to fucking take his smartphone out in order to navigate the ESPN menu. How convoluted and ass backwards is that? Another
quarter of the entire conference was just sports, and more sport.
Smart glass. Who cares? Alright, so 300,000 servers for Xbox Live. Can anyone call bullshit harder on that?
I want a picture of every single server.
Not even that, but it's like, what are you going to use those servers for? The future of matchmaking. You know what the future of matchmaking was? Way back in the fucking 90s, we had this thing on PC called dedicated servers that still work better than matchmaking.
I feel like they pulled that number out of their ass. Like, while he was talking, he's like, okay, we need a big number, but not too big. Like, it's just speculation, but 300,000. And then they showed a map. And this map had like random highlights, kind of like street lights.
Yeah.
And it just showed like I guess it was supposed to show like where all of the servers were, but it wasn't very specific at all.
Anyway.
So next up
would be games and entertainment.
Games
and entertainment, just in general, because every time they mentioned anything, it was always.
Speaking of entertainment, did you not notice half the show was also advertisements for everything?
Oh my god, everything was so fucking placed. I was enjoying Star Trek, and I look forward to the new sequel, Star Trek Into Darkness. What the hell?
The Homeland advertisement that was just, it's just sitting there in the corner. NBC probably paid them so much money because they kept showing NBC shows.
They also kept showing CBS. Actually, they mentioned CBS by name at one point. They're like, switch to MTV, switch to CBS. Like, you can hear the ka-chings in the background just coming in. So, Blu-ray drive. How fucking ironic is that? They literally have to fucking get the technology from Sony to make their console.
They tried HD, and that didn't work. So, they had no choice.
Let's fucking look at something that was once a game and is now a TV show. So we have Halo, the TV series.
They couldn't call it something cool. Halo Legends was called Halo Legends, and that's a slightly cool name.
And Forward Unto Dawn wasn't called Halo, the internet series. Story is probably not going to be that great. It's just going to be another average TV show because it's just riding on the fucking success of the franchise. It's being milked. It's like fucking Mario. It's like, eventually, fucking 10 years from now, we're going to have Halo kart racing. And what the fuck is going on here? Just fucking keep it to video games, bro.
I've read almost every single Halo book. I know the fiction. And I just want to know, are they going to be doing news stories? Is it going to be following after Halo 4, or is it going to be Halo Legends?
It's going to be a news story. That's what I got from it.
Really? Because they didn't say those words at all. They just said Halo series. TV.
Well, we're just assuming right now. We don't know what it is. That's the thing.
Well,
Yeah, because
no,
they didn't show anything.
Yeah.
Well, they
Even just a
it's
little
live
bit.
action.
They tried to trailer the shit about it, but they actually showed nothing about the show, though. They just showed stuff that, that looks like Halo. It just looks like a 6-year-old kid got images off of Google about Halo and then put it into a little slide.
No,
And they're
they
like,
got the
"Mom,
images off Bing, asshole. On from a fucking game that has become a TV series to real fucking video games. Okay, so we got EA, who talked about sports. It's fucking great. I mean, most of the footage from them talking about games was actually about some pro athletes that no one at that convention cared about.
Like, there was no
Yeah.
clapping. They kept waiting for clapping to happen. There was a lot of awkward pauses for
Yeah,
it.
you'd see all those dramatic pauses, and you just look to the left or look to the right, and no one even just cared.
I remember when he announced, like, EA is coming on stage, and he went silent. And then he's like, oh crap, no one is clapping. Great. And then they introduce EA, and then ends with Activision. Those are the, 343, which wasn't even really there. They were there for all of 15 minutes. But then, the big companies that they brought in were EA and Activision.
We got Forza, or as they say, Forza 5. And I think the footage they showed, even the parts that weren't obviously done in fucking After Effects, were... Well, it wasn't actual gameplay footage, it was a cutscene.
Not a lot of the entire
well-
conference looked like actual in-game footage.
That's right.
Yeah.
though,
It
it's
looked
true.
more like concept art, like what it would look like.
For example, the NFL title was like, there's no way a series that was fucking built on reusing the same shit over and over again is gonna look better than Metro Last Light. I fucking guarantee you that. Alright, so Forza 5 ended up into a discussion about bashing EA, but really there was nothing that interesting about Forza 5 to begin with.
Like,
We know that games exist. 15 exclusives, actually. So, 15 okay!
he said that number like he actually believed that this is a great idea.
Like 15 exclusives
I wouldn't know.
in the first year? Like,
Holy
only
crap.
15? 15?
How much did the Xbox 360 launch with, in the first year?
I don't even know, but the thing,
Was
the
there
really
10?
important thing is that these exclusives, nothing was shown of them. If EA makes up 5 of your 15 exclusives, you're done, you're fucked. You're like, what are you doing? So, we have 15 exclusives, but one of the games that they paid the most attention to, actually the game they paid the most attention to, was not an exclusive. It was Call of Duty Ghosts. So the next Call of Duty game is coming out this November, which means...
There's
that
no
they-
actual release date, but they always release in November.
So we can expect the next Xbox to come out around fall time, early winter. There's DLC already planned for this game. You're leading it with DLC as if it's revolutionary or even good for the industry? We need to get rid of that shit. People are tired of fucking paying for season passes. $60 of fucking shit you don't even know what you're gonna get, man.
EA, and they're still leading in with this.
And they're still fucking pushing the DLC.
And
There
not
was
a lot of
fucking-
in-game footage, though.
Not that much in-game footage. I mean,
They
most of the
tried.
footage was rendered in the engine. It wasn't a cutscene,
Yeah.
but no gameplay.
A lot of it was also them talking about how they're gonna make it revolutionary, but not showing how it's revolutionary.
Well, the environments look really good.
Yeah, it
the
looks well, but
Character models look better, but they still have that same kind of chunky, Call of
okay,
Duty
but are you gonna buy a
appearance.
game just because the environment looks different and there's dirt under the fingernails that you can see while shooting? No, you need it to be different.
I did enjoy seeing the dog barging through a door and ripping out pulling a person through the door.
Yeah.
Here's something else. I mean, we're talking about this dog. Someone we know already raised the point that, you know what, the dog is gonna be the only character that matters. probably the biggest point that's gonna happen in the game. The biggest climax is gonna happen when that dog fucking bites it. I guarantee you.
One main character is always gonna die in a Call of Duty game. It happens eventually. It's usually really early on in the storyline, the dog is dead. The dog is definitely gonna be used as a dramatic device.
And it's amazing because they always expect you to have a reaction. It's always like when Ghost died, they were like, wow, Ghost is dead, and he was the only person who was like fucking remotely even discernible from the rest of the cast because he wore a mask. I'm supposed to feel something here, but I didn't. It's the same thing with the dog. It's like, they know they can't create good human characters, so why bother anymore?
Which is another thing that they actually tried to focus on, the fact that they're actually making their characters the most realistic as possible.
Yeah.
They kept talking about this, how they're gonna have, I don't know what
new skin textures.
Yeah, and the writer who is gonna create each and one character.
Yeah, so you can feel more connected, quote unquote, connected with the character.
This is the same thing too. It's like, you know what? Don't go for story in a Call of Duty game. Spec Ops: The Line did a great job at saying, look, war is hell, let me show you. Call of Duty is all about, alright, we're gonna stab some fuckers, we're gonna shoot some guys, fucking burst in that door with my shotgun. Call of Duty is not the game to have a deep story. It just doesn't work. Oh yeah, man, war is so fucking difficult. I'm dying out here. My friends are dying. Burst through that door, let's kill all the fuckers, let's go! Like, are you kidding me? What?
This is why more people need to buy Spec Ops: The Line. Like, it got so little attention when it got
I don't even know what
released.
Spec Ops: The Line is. What is it?
Call of Duty with more story, essentially.
Oh, alright.
Like, that's it really watered
It's also
down.
third person.
Yeah, that's true.
But
Really great story, though.
talking about the revolutionary shit that Call of Duty is coming out with. Leading! As if that was new! Fucking Medal of Honor, the first one had this. This is fucking like normal standard shit in FPS. Since like since 2000, since earlier than 2000.
Like, it just ended up like that.
I was like, guys, we got some amazing shit going on.
Like
Leading!
We have a dog, we have hair on this guy's arm, we're amazing.
And dirt under the fingernails.
Yeah, we're revolutionary.
We have a fucking game like Arma where you can prone in like 3 different ways. And then we have a game called, we have Call of Duty where it's like...
They made a big deal about how now you can lean. What was the other features?
The dog.
How you can jump over a barricade.
Oh
yeah,
so
and you
jump
can-
over barricades.
And now you can free run, but not exactly. You can auto run, I guess.
You can basically navigate the world without even having to fucking press more buttons. Like,
Didn't Brink try that already?
oh my god. Oh my god, it's fucking bad memories, man.
Oh god, it hurts to think about Brink.
I bought that fucking day one. I fell for the hype train, and you know what it did? The fucking hype train ran me over.
One thing that they never mentioned in the entire conference, and they danced around it as much as possible, is the fact that they never mentioned if the console is always online or not. Like, there's been rumors circulating that it is and that it isn't, but they kept dancing around. They mentioned that everything, like, a lot of the stuff is going to be cloud-based. They did bring that up a lot, but they hinted at it, but not much. Okay, so... You can kind of gauge our reactions, our opinions on this conference. There was not a whole lot to go on that I would say was like, I don't think they're gonna do that great because they have 15 exclusives that now we know that a good maybe 3, 4, 5 from the looks of it now are gonna show up at E3, not excluding the ones that are gonna be on the floor. So what do you guys think?
Or, God forbid, a remote control!
So we know Charlie's not going to be buying. He's not going to be buying the Xbox One.
He's not going to be buying consoles. Actually, I have an Xbox One, and by that I mean the fucking original.
And well, because he's a strictly PC gamer, I am probably going to buy it. It's only because I want to be able to have all of the experiences. It's not mainly because I'm interested, but because I want to be open to everything for exclusives and whatnot. Chance, are you going to be buying?
Wii U, Xbox One, PlayStation 4. I want the whole deal.